So here we are in the interior of the Porsche Macan. We got this as a loaner car by Porsche Boxster. Is going in for some kind of service. Check engine light was on. So they gave me this nice Porsche Macan. And this is the first time I've actually been in this vehicle. And I'm glad I got to try it out. And must say, pretty impressed with it. So I'm just gonna go over a few things that I've noticed in the one day that I've been with it, just to show y'all some of the many things that are in this vehicle, and what I think is a well-priced vehicle, a deal, actually a steal, I think, in my opinion. And I'll kind of tell you why I think that. So anyways, first, this is the base model, so you're not going to get the bigger engine on this one. You have a 2-liter on this one. I'll go over the engine specs actually more later on. Anyways, the base model, and you get a touchscreen here, so you could kind of slide through any of your presets and any other buttons here, or touch screen buttons. It's all touchscreen. It actually works pretty well. It's not quite, your iPhone or Android type screen, but it is pretty responsive. I mean, as you can see, just spinning through this, a little more pressure than you would put on your phone per se, but not too bad compared to other touchscreen monitors that I've come across on my own. So that's a screen there. You also have your backup camera on there, which I'll show you. Some of the many buttons here on the Porsche Macan. We'll just go through them here. First of all, you got your dual climate. So, and what you'll have is your temperature up here on the screen, and you have your temperature up and down, the amount of air you're pushing through, and that's on both sides again. Which direction you want the air to flow. Same thing on the other side, what direction you want the air to flow. If you want it to be auto temperature, you got that as well. Further down, you got your seat warmer, and my favorite, the seat cooler. These basically, you'll start off with a 3, and then you could go down. You'll never find me using this, or if you do, it'll only be for a little bit. My favorite one is the seat cooler. This is the one I'm going to be using the most. Same thing, you got 3 different levels. You just keep clicking and the LEDs will come on and off. And a misconception, I'm not sure if everyone else thought the same thing, but something my service guy told me at the dealership was that seat doesn't necessarily blow cold air through these perforated leather seats. What it actually does is sucks the air, the moisture, and anything like that. So you're not actually feeling cold air blowing. So if you're thinking, okay, I'm going to turn on the cold air and put my hand there to see how cold it really is or how much it's actually blowing, that's not going to happen. What it's really doing is pulling all of that heat away from you and taking it out, from what I was told, beneath the seat and out. Not sure if it's actually creating any heat on the other end, but it's definitely giving that cool feeling on your back and bottom. The next button down we're going to see is the sport mode. The sport mode, in my opinion, it does give a nice little kick to the vehicle. It's supposed to, the revs definitely go up. It's something I definitely see is the revs going up on it. And also it's supposed to give it a nice sound through the exhaust. You got your traction control off, and then you just got a bunch of blanks here. You have here is the off-road. So from what I'm told, from what I hear, is the vehicle will transfer the spin of the wheels front and back, not necessarily evenly throughout, but if you put it on that off-road, to give it an even 50-50 from front and back. Lane departure assist, or to keep you in the lane. That's some new stuff that I'm not used to because I have older vehicles. And right here, this is sort of like a hybrid. When you come to a stop, the engine will shut off, and if you have this turned off, so I have it on the off, it won't do that. It'll work like a traditional car where the engine stays on even when you come to a stop sign. point of it is supposed to be obviously to save you some gas when you come to stops and things like that, when you're not actually driving the car per se, but your car is on. You have your ashtray, I believe that's an ashtray, but you definitely have your cigarette stick lighter thingy, a couple of cup holders here, which I got a chance to use yesterday, and they work nice and snug the way they're supposed to. You go into here, and the armrest slash cubby back here, it's not what you expect. It looks huge from here, but you go and open it and not much space, but you do have some pretty nice features here. Like I stuck my phone into here. That's a nice little padded area down there, and then you got your auxiliary port and USB and another power outlet in there to charge your phone, so you can, all your phone and everything can live in here. One thing that I found pretty cool is that if your phone is in there and your Bluetooth is on, let's say, or whatever, your phone's connected, you're departing your vehicle, the car will tell you actually on the screen up here that you've had something connected either via Bluetooth, even if it's just for your phone, or auxiliary, and it says that you may have left your device in the vehicle. So it's sort of like a warning telling you, hey, you check for your phone, you probably had it connected somewhere, and here's your warning, take it with you. Now the steering wheel, so here's the steering wheel. What I like about it is it has a sporty look, the same way a 911 or a Cayman would have. You got your 3-spoke here, and of course your horn, and with the infamous Porsche shield, which I think is just probably the nicest, most beautiful emblem. And I'm not just saying that because I'm a Porsche owner. I've heard it from other people that don't own Porsches, and they would agree that this is one of the nicer emblems. And I'm probably going on and on too much about this because I'm supposed to be talking about the steering wheel, but I'll go on with that. One of the coolest things, I think, and it's might not be that cool to you, but your volume controls, yeah, it's typical to have it on the steering wheel, of course, but what I like about it is it's sort of like a trackball. So as you're changing the volume, there you go, you're just spinning it. So as opposed to pressing and lowering, your thumb is there, and you're just going up and down like this, which I think is a nice touch. It's not a big deal, obviously, if a vehicle doesn't have this, but it's the first time I myself personally have seen it, and I like this a lot more than some of the SUVs I've been in or other cars that I've been in that have your typical pressing buttons. Obviously, those buttons, you may lower the volume, raise the volume unknowingly because you're not sure which button it is. I mean, it's a small thing, obviously, and of course you're supposed to be concentrating on the drive more than you are on the volume of your stereo, but it's a nice small touch, and those are the little things that I appreciate and that I think stick out from this steering wheel here, other than how beautiful it is and how nice it feels to be holding what I think is more like a sports steering wheel versus an SUV steering wheel. Anyways, you got the same thing with the tracks. If you're changing the track on your music, your radio presets, or what have you, that's the same deal. You have that track ball there. You have your phone, Bluetooth, hang up, answer, go back. That's there as well. It's not cluttered like I've seen other vehicles. That has the essentials there. Next, right behind it, you have your paddle shifters. And like I've seen other people complain on other vehicles where sometimes the paddle shifter was just so overwhelming and it'll completely block you from your turn signals and whatnot. That's not the case with this. It's a bit more in where your turn signals are not. This is not in the way of your turn signals and whatnot, and your hazards and all that, and your cruise control. All these things are placed in ways where they are not obstructing each other, and they feel good. They feel strong. They don't feel flimsy. They feel like a quality piece of work. The same here, along with your windshield wipers, and that's about it. That's the steering wheel. Not too much detail, or I'm not going into much detail, but you have all your essentials there. Next, we're going to look at the top. This is right above you. This, and I'll show in another clip, is a LED light that really shines. The whole thing shines, which is pretty cool. And you have other things up here. You have your screen closing, at the top for the panoramic, and I'm been holding this whole time, and it's not even closed yet. But boom, there it is. The screen goes all the way back, so that's controlling that right there, and you can open right back up, which I'll do pressing the button there. You have your parking sensors. You can turn them off. I don't know why you would turn them off. Maybe the sound annoys you, but to me, I find them completely helpful. You got your lighting dimmers down here, your map lights, some more dome lights. Open the door, open the trunk, or open the sunroof, I'm sorry. And a couple of garage door opener presets, if you have 3 garages like I don't. Now we'll go to the doors. This is the driver's side door, obviously. And you have your lock, unlock. It lights up that it's locked. It doesn't light up, or the light comes off when it's unlocked. There it is. Nice little latch to open it up. You have your presets here. You have 2 presets, and you're not sure what that key thing is. Maybe that's to program your key. Sorry if I don't know. Going back down on the door, you got, I haven't used these yet, but let's see. Well, actually, no, I'm sorry, I have. So these 2 bottom ones here, maybe I should start at the top. Sorry. Up here, let's see, press this button, and it lights up. What the hell it does, I have no idea. Shit, I'm gonna have to find out. Anyways, you have these 2 here for your mirrors. Adjusting your mirrors, pretty simple. Select which mirror select which mirror. You got your driver's side, you got your passenger side, tells you which one's lit up. Eventually, if you're not adjusting anything, it'll turn off on its own, so you don't have to worry about that. Really simple to use. I like it a lot better than that twisty thingy like I have on my Boxster, but there you go, it works. You got your front windows, your rear windows, your locked windows, and your trunk opener. Pretty basic stuff. Next, we'll go to the key. So this is something interesting. If you don't know about Porsche in general, you're not going to be starting your car from the traditional right side if you're sitting on this left side of the car, like you are here in the US. And yeah, you're not going to be starting the car there. For anyone who's never been in a Porsche, your mind's probably blown a little bit right now. What the hell, right? Okay, so I'll give a little bit for those who haven't been in a Porsche and didn't know this. I'll give you a quick reason why. And if I'm wrong, please correct me. But from what I've been hearing throughout my life ever since I was a baby, is Porsche raced. So the whole point was that you want to use your left hand, or you want to use this side to start the car, while meanwhile your other hand is ready to put it into gear. That was the whole point, because back in the day, what you would do is you would run to your car, or however they would race, and you got to be quick about getting the car going. So besides the car having to go fast, just getting the car to go, you had to be fast. So the most efficient way they found was obviously that 2 hands are better than 1. You're starting your car while also putting it into gear with your other hand, and that was the whole point of why it's on this side. Anyway, so now that I've gone through why it's on this side, for those of you that are wondering why it's on this side, for you who haven't been in a Porsche and didn't know that, now I'll tell you what's going on here. Porsche doesn't have a push to start, believe it or not. So this is not a key. This is not a push to start. This is just something that's sticking in there that you turn to turn on the car. And to prove it, I'll show you the key fob. Here's the key fob. Yep. Looks like a little car. This doesn't stick in anywhere. This just goes in your pocket or whatever, somewhere in the car, and that's what you turn in order to turn on the car. It's not a push to start or anything like that. Anyways, that's a lot about it, turning on the car and the key and why it's on this side. So I'll stop there. We'll go back to the stereo. I'm not going to go too much into detail. You already know it's touchscreen. You already know that when you reverse, the camera turns on, which I'll show. and your sensors, when you're going off or when you're about to hit something, they go off in there as well. Vents right there. You got all your buttons here. It's really basic, straightforward. What it says is what it is. If you don't understand it, come on. Flip this down. CD disc. I don't know, to be completely honest, because I don't see anywhere there where it says CD. Hold on, let me press source. Yeah, there's nowhere on there where it says CD. So I'm assuming this disc right here has something to do with navigation or the computer of the car or something. I could be wrong, and again, correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. SD cards, obviously 1 and 2. Simple. In my opinion, I would have liked this to be storage instead of what it is. If this could have been somewhere else, like the trunk, like if it really is something for the navigation, it could have been put in, I think, in the glove box, or I don't know if there was space there in the trunk or somewhere away from in here, because I think this would have been some cool storage to have, to either throw in your phone or some pair of sunglasses, because I don't see anywhere in this car where you have somewhere to put your sunglasses. But that's just my opinion. You got your glove box, which is locked. Oh no, it's not. You can see some of the information here. Particular one was only $47,800, and I say only because, like I was saying in the beginning, in my opinion, that's a steal. $47,800 for a Porsche, for SUV, for something with leather seats, something that's luxurious and sporty. It has all these features on a base model. I'm sorry, but that is, in my opinion, a great deal. 2-liter turbocharged inline 4, 252 horsepower with 273 pounds of torque. There's supposed to be a pen in here. The pen is not there. What in the shit? Let's go to the back seat. So some of the things you're going to see back here, pretty simple. You got this little storage back here behind the seats. You have them on both of the seats. I would imagine a TV will go back here, but it doesn't on this one. You have the screen that goes up and down manually. You know, it looks a lot like the front back here. All you have on that door is for your window. All you have on that door is for your window. A few speakers, Bose system, climate control in the back. Pretty clean, pretty sleek. Very nice touch. You got the seat warmers, but you don't have the seat coolers, which is what I would be using back here. But maybe your passengers don't run hot like I do, and they freeze like chihuahuas, and they need some hot buns. You got your temperatures, closing them. You got a couple, 2 USB ports to charge your iPads, your iPhones, your eyeballs, your Androids, your drones, your laptop, probably not, and anything else you need to charge in your life. Nice perforated seats back here, airbags on the sides. Like I was showing you earlier, the sunroof just goes on and on all the way to the back. Everyone gets a sunroof. You got the armrest comes down, cup holders. I believe you could also probably fit cups on the, you could fit cups on the side here and on that side as well. Cup holders there as well. And it's very nice. Let's go to the trunk. All right, so got all my camera equipment here. You can see my crazy hair in the shadows. And so pretty basic. You have an outlet there. You have not so much storage, but you have a tire down there. It's freaking ugly, but it's there in case of emergency. Little cubby here, and those can all fold down. And this normally would have a screen or a top here to close it up, but pretty basic. One thing I find convenient, and I don't know what other cars have this, but right here you could either like close the door or close and lock the entire car. So let's say you're coming to work or something like that, and you wanted to just close and lock at the same time. You don't have to do both separately. You could just press this and it'll close it and lock it for you. But I'm just going to close it for now. can see, there we are. On the outside of the Porsche Macan, very clean looking front, very Porsche-ish. Got your fog lights down here, daytime runners here, which are also your turn signals, and you got your projectors, including your highs. I believe this is a sensor here. Your Porsche shield looking good as always, and that's real shield. And so you can see how the signal looks like, and if you're in the car, you'll see a signal there on too. That's your signals. As you can see, they'll go from white. Oh, actually no, I was wrong. It's two separate things. Your headlights. Haven't tried the fog lights yet. Fog lights, everything on. Got a light there. You got your turn signals that look super clean in my opinion. That's what it'll look like there. The engine, this is pretty cool. Look, the entire hood goes around there. So yeah, look at that. There's holes there where the headlights go. Pretty cool. So here you see a nice cover of the Porsche. Nothing special. 2-liter, 4-cylinder, a lot of space, and yeah, nothing too crazy going on in there. But yeah, that's a look just in case you've never seen that. And I'm gonna close this back up. As you can see, don't even have to push it like do in the Boxster. So yeah, that's an overall view of the car. Hope y'all enjoyed the video, and we'll hopefully get a chance to review another car soon, including my own, which I haven't done yet. So yep, take care.